Hello and welcome to another episode. I am your host, Sean Calhoun. Today, I do not have my lovely wife, Christina, with me, but I'm still here with you today. So, we're going to get started. And today, we have a topic that is really interesting. The topic that we have today is how do I sell real estate? What do I do? What do I say? Now that's a pretty interesting one that we got. But before we get into it, real quick, we're going to talk about why you should know this. You know, why is this important to you? Well, if this is something that you're looking at, a lot of people right now are thinking about transitioning their careers. A lot of people are not happy with what they're currently doing, and they're looking at real estate. I mean, everyone needs a place to live, and real estate, as we know, I mean, it's just one of those things where you can do this for a long time. You can do it from home. There are tax benefits. There's so many benefits. People are really looking into it. So I actually got this question this week. So hopefully the answer to this might benefit you. All right. Well, before we get going too much, I just want to give you a way to contact us. Again, my name is Sean Calhoun. You can simply go to prettyhm.com. That's our website. You can contact not only myself, but other agents that work with Pretty Home Realty if you need to buy or sell, or if you're looking for training or to maybe even get your real estate license. We have lots of information there that can help you, okay? All right, and we got some other great things going that we'll fill you in on later if you stick in to the end. All right, so the question again is, how do I sell real estate? What do I say? So this question came actually this week. Um, I got a call, and it was from a client that we were actually able to help her sell her home and buy another home. And so it was a process we went through. She was like one of the, I mean, we have so many great clients that we work with. She was outstanding. You know, everything she had together. When we asked her to do things, she would do it. And we were able to successfully help her accomplish her goal. Well, she called and said, Sean, I want to get my real estate license. She said, I am serious. How do I get started? So we gave her some links of where she could go to actually get started. And if you're interested in something like that, just reach out to us. We'll help you out with that too. And then she said, my daughter said, Mom, you can't sell real estate. You can't sell anything. She's like, help sell me this car. And so she drives a nice car. She's in the medical field. She's got a Jaguar and it's white. She's like, well, it's a white car. And um, she said, I don't know what to say. She's like, how do I sell? And how do I sell real estate? And so she felt like it was a problem because she's coming from the medical field. She doesn't feel like she knows sales. So if you feel that way, or if you know someone that could benefit from this, keep listening because we're going to uncover some real secrets. But it, I don't really think that it's selling, personally. So this is what I actually asked her. I said, okay, if I went into the doctor's office, what happens? And so she kind of explained some things to me that happened. And so I said, okay, that's the same thing I thought. I said, let me give you my experience of what happened with me. I had a medical emergency and I went to urgent care. So when I walked in, and this was pre-COVID, I walked in and the first thing I noticed was there was a lobby and there was a desk. So I went in and I signed my name, or I wrote my name actually, And then I wrote why I was there, right? I was like, okay, my name is Sean, and I'm having problems breathing. I ran out of my spray. I haven't used it in years, and I need it, right? So uh, that was why I was there. So I gave that information, and then I sat down and I waited for them to call me. They called me, and then when I went up, they asked me for more information. They're like, okay, well, let me see your health benefits cards and things like that. So I gave them my cards, they made a copy of my ID, my card, and they made me fill out some more paperwork, a little bit more of, did I have allergies and different things like that. So I filled all that out, gave it back, then I sat down again. Then, that nurse keeps coming and opening the door, you're waiting for them to call your name. They finally called me. I'm like, yes, I get to get in here. I'll be able to breathe better. So I went in, and it wasn't time to see the doctor. They take you to another room where, they make you stand on the scale, and then they pump some device that squeezes your arm, and that gives them some information. And, they clamp something on your finger, and they stick a thermometer under your tongue. So they're doing all of this stuff to me, and then they're asking me questions. So why are you here? Because I can't breathe well. I mean, obviously I'm still alive, but hopefully you can help me soon, right? I need to breathe better. I need a breathing treatment. So, they asked me the same questions. Do you have these allergies and blah, blah, blah. And they ask more in depth, is this still your primary care physician? Blah, blah, blah. They get more information. And so then they, okay, well, we're all set. I'm going to take you into this other room. So I go into another room, and, I'm sitting there. And so then the doctor comes in. And I'm like, okay, finally, the doctor comes in. And what does the doctor do? Hey, are you Mr. Calhoun? Yeah, I'm Mr. Calhoun. Okay, so it seems like you're here because you are having some problems with the breathing. Tell me about it. What's going on? So he asked me more questions, and I'm sure he probably could have diagnosed it right there, but a good doctor, what they do is they ask more questions. So he asked me more questions just to make sure there wasn't maybe something else underlying that he didn't know. He looked at my tongue. He shined bright lights into my eyes, and just went through uh, his series of things to check me out to see what was going on. Sure enough, he prescribed me getting a breathing treatment, which stopped the acute problem, and then he gave me a spray so that in the future I wouldn't have to go through that. So that was the process. Well, guess what? When I left out, I signed something, and then they billed my insurance company, and then I had to pay a copay or whatever, right? So that was the process. And she's like, "Well, wait a minute. I asked you about selling real estate. Like you just explained you know, what happens in a doctor's office. And actually, if you are a good real estate agent, that is the exact same process that you would take in selling. What do I mean by that? Okay, the first thing is I raised my hand, as it were, and said, I have a problem, right? I have a problem. I need to see a doctor, and I know where one is, So I went the to the office, the urgent care. Well, people realize that they have a problem, a housing problem. I need to buy a home. I need to sell a home, right? So where do they go? Well, they may not be physically going online. I mean, going to a place, but they're online, right? So where do these people go? They go to realtor.com. Zillow, Trulia, and other places to look at real estate, right? There are thousands of websites that they go to for information on real estate. Craigslist. I mean, they go all so many different places. But that's the first step. Then normally, if they are really serious, they see a property they may like and they want more information on that property. And let's just say this is someone who wants to maybe buy a home, but they may have a home to buy or sell. But let's just go with the buyer for this illustration. So now they fill in their information and say, I like more information about this property. Well, that gets emailed to an agent like myself. Okay. I specialize in working in certain areas. So if it's an area of my expertise, boom, I get the email of that. Okay. Then that opens up some dialogue and conversation. I'll ask them some questions. Would you like to see the home? Have you already been pre-approved? Blah, 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 blah. You know, um, okay, you want an appointment? I'll set an appointment, right? Then I'll call them back. Okay, we have the appointment set. A few more questions I want to ask you, and we'll ask a series of questions, okay? Just like the person asked me the questions, okay? And some of them are a little bit redundant, but we'll ask them because we really want to help them, just like the doctor helped me with my breathing. So it's more of like consulting. I'm not really selling. They're already interested and they have a problem. They're pretty much coming to us. We want to magnetize them to us. Okay. So then the same thing, we give them options. We may show homes. We may discern what is best for them. And we have different ways by really asking questions to do that. And then the process continues where, we'll put an offer in on the home. We may have to do some negotiations. And then there's the closing process and they've gotten a home. So as far as the selling portion goes, that really comes down to being a good consultant. And a good consultant really is asking good questions. Okay? So we have scripts, we call them. A script is basically a set of questions. And I used to do engineering. I came from like a programming field, right? I've done different things, but one of the things I used to do was called ladder logic, and it was writing the programs. And the program goes like this: if this, then that. If this, then that. So, for example, this is really boring stuff, but it really makes sense here. It's if you're doing a conveyor belt, if you hit this point, then turn the other way and, take something down the conveyor a different direction, right? So if this, then that. But if it's a bad part, then maybe go the other way to another bin where people go fix them, trash and recycle them, whatever. So it's actually very similar with the scripts and question. So if they are, let's just say, not pre-approved, they have not been, they don't have financing yet. Okay, well, that's fine. Now we know where they are. I'm going to ask them a different set of questions. Okay, so if that, then do you already have a bank that you like and trust? Okay, well, you might want to, check with them. By the way, I also have some preferred lenders that we work with that have really made our clients really happy. Would you like their information? Yeah, so we have a little series of questions that we ask, and we internalize the questions. We still have a script that we go by, but we kind of internalize the questions so it doesn't sound, like at the doctor, they're reading from a thing, but they're asking me as a human, as a person that actually cares about me, Well, hopefully. She seemed like she cared, So anyway, that in my opinion, is the sales process. So that's what you say. That's how you sell. You ask questions that's going to help to give the right options. And then you let them decide. So I hope you've gotten some value from this on how to sell. I sell by not selling. I sell by being a consultant and asking the right questions. So if you want to know what questions to ask, um, guess what? We got that coming for you soon. What we're going to do is we're going to actually create some scripts. Actually, I shouldn't say create, but we're going to release some of the scripts that we have and kind of give them to you to check out for yourself so you can basically, if you're interested in a real estate career, you can hit the ground running. We want to see you successful. And also, if you're already an agent, maybe you can sharpen things up as well because that's what we want to do. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching this live. And if you're watching the replay, that's great. I'm sure you're busy and got things to do as well. And if you need to sell, it's not just real estate, but anything. This is one of the processes that is really strong. It really works and it really helps. All right. Hope you got some value from that. I'm Sean Calhoun with Pretty Home Realty. That's prettyhm.com. Send us a message. Ask us your questions. We will help you. All right. We look forward to working with you.